Now, spam is one of the most frustrating parts of managing a WordPress website. So whether you've got a blog and it's getting inundated with fake comments, or maybe you've got a contact form and it's just generating fake inquiries, it's just a total waste of time for everybody, and it makes you look unprofessional, and even worse, it slows down your website because your server's dealing with all of these fake requests. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how we can eliminate spam by using a plugin called Akismet. I'll talk to you what it does, how to use it, how to set it up, and why I use it on every single website that I build for a client. I'll also answer some common questions around the pricing, what sort of websites it can be used for, and how it works with contact forms. So let's get stuck in. Okay, so why does spam even matter? Look, spam isn't just annoying, it just wastes so much time moderating it, going into the comment section, deleting them, cleaning up fake messages. It's just an all-round nightmare. It looks terrible on your website as well for visitors. So if anyone's coming through, they're reading your blog article and at the bottom they're seeing things about Viagra or gambling, they just lose trust instantly on your website. We've got to eliminate that. And worst of all, it could even harm your SEO. So if those links that are getting through onto your website are getting indexed, it will harm your SEO, and we don't want that to happen either. And that's why dealing with spam early on and head on is, a crucial part of managing any WordPress website. Okay, so how does Akismet help and what does it do? So Akismet was created by Automatic, the team behind WordPress.com and WooCommerce, and it's been around since around 2005. And mostly it comes pre-installed with WordPress because it's that important. Now, I know most of you may have already deleted it because when you create a new website, you think, yeah, I don't need that, and you just delete it. But it's really important, okay? So here's how it works. So every comment or form submission on your site is checked against Akismet's global spam database, which is absolutely massive, okay? Now, if the comment or form entry is spammy, it's flagged and it's moved to the spam folder before anyone sees it. And what's great, it not only works on the comments, but it also works with many form plugins. So things like Contact Form 7, Gravity Forms, Jetpack Forms, and even WooCommerce product reviews. Okay, so how do we get it working on our website? So let me just show you quickly. I've got this demo website here, and what you're going to need to do is go over to the plugin section. Now, you may find that it's already installed because it is pre-built. If, like most people, you've just deleted it thinking you don't need it, then you're going to go and install it again. So you can click Add Plugins, and you'll see here, look, it's the #1 plugin on this screen, and you're going to say, look, I want to install it now. So just give it a second to install. Once it's installed, you're going to activate it, and then it's going to ask you, for your API key. So look, eliminate spam from your site, set up your Akismet account to enable spam filtering on this site. And what you got to do is you got to click this choose an Akismet plan, and it'll open up this window where you'll see you need to pick which package you want. So for personal use, you've got this personal plan. Okay, so by all means, once I've gone through this video, if you want to choose this for your business website, you can, it will work, but maybe down the line you might find that, they'll say to you, look, you're using this too much, you're going to need to put it onto a commercial plan. The commercial plans are pretty affordable, so whether you want to, include this as part of your hosting, that's what we do with our clients, or you want to tell your client, look, you're getting lots of spam, you're going to need to buy this license, and then, you're up and running. But look, for $47 a month, if you're starting to build up a lot of clients, this could be a great value added benefit that they get for being part of you because you've got unlimited sites. All right. Now, if you decide that you want to go for the personal use and you want to use this for free, you just click Get Personal and you'll get presented with this. So Akismet is the most trusted solution for spam protection. What is spam protection worth to you? So you can decide on this scaly bar how much you want to pay, and it lets you go up to $120 a year, which is not a great deal either. Or you can go all the way down to 0. Okay. Now you'll notice when you switch from the 6, which is the minimum you can pay without answering these questions, to 0, you've got to answer these questions. Okay. So first of all, please verify non-commercial usage by checking each box. So I don't have ads on my site. So if you're comfortable with that, you can click that box. Now the next two, they're up to you. It's up to you how you answer this. I'm not going to tell you to do anything. I don't sell products or services on my site, and I don't promote a business on my site. Now, if you're using this for a business website, really speaking, this is not for you, but there's nothing going to stop you from using it. Okay, so if you decide you want to pay nothing, obviously it's only €6 a year if you don't want to answer those questions, but it's still for a personal site. But if you go with this one, you can just click continue with a personal subscription. So yeah, you can create an account or you can use a free account. Just go through it. I'm already logged in here. So just pick the country that you're in and then you can enter your postcode continue to payment, and you can see the price is set to 0 or whatever it is that you've selected, and you can just complete checkout. Wait a second because this takes a bit of time, and then it'll generate your API key. And there we go, it's generated your API key, so you can just copy that, head back to your website, and then enter an API key manually. You paste it in there, connect with API, and just give it a second. And now Akismet is monitoring your website behind the scenes, okay? And as you can see, look, we've got, 0 spam blocks, zero everything at the moment, because this is just a test website that we've set up. You'll see your API key there. There's no point in you stealing it because it's not going to work. And you've got some options here. So the options are minimum, it's pretty easy to use. So under comments, you've got show the number of approved comments beside each comment author. And then you've got this spam filtering section. So you've got 2 options. So one, you've got silently discard the worst and most pervasive spam so I never see it. Or you can say always put spam in the spam folder for review. So I suggest that you do this one, because then at least you can go in and just manually check to see if anything has slipped through. Now, from my experience, it's pretty accurate, okay? Their database of, bad bots and everything is pretty up to speed. So, I don't think you need to actually do this, but I think to start with, to build up your confidence of using it, I would put it under the always put spam in the spam folder to start with. Now, privacy, you can either put, display a privacy notice under the comment forms, or do not display a privacy notice. For beginners, I would probably recommend that you just leave it as default, and then you can click save changes, okay? And then the only other thing at the bottom here is your account. So this just shows if you want to upgrade or change it to a paid plan or a commercial plan, you can do that there, okay? But I think to get up and running, this is all you need to do. Now, just to show you quickly what that looks like on a live website. So if you go to this website here and we go to the comments section, here we go. You can see, look, we've got no active comments, but you can see in our spam, we've got 164. And these have all automatically been filtered by Akismet, all without me doing anything, all right? So you can see here, there's these comments, and you can see these are not genuine comments. It's just someone trying to spam the forms and the blog so that they can try and get their links indexed, okay? Or get people to click on these. So as you can see, they're endless, and once you're happy with them, then you can permanently delete. Now, obviously, if there's any there that you think should be, you can obviously unspam them and authorize them so that they will appear on your website. Now, just to give you a bit of a backstory, I personally, when I first started, was using the free plan for all of my clients' websites, and over time, Akismet realized that this API key was actually being used on multiple websites, multiple commercial websites, and even websites that were selling products. And they even reached out to say, look, we've noticed that your key is being used for commercial use, so we're going to suspend it. And then, that forced me then to go in and pay for one of the upgraded licenses. And I have to say, it's very small amount every month that we pay. And for me, it's an added bonus that I can give to my clients. So I can say to them, as part of your hosting and maintenance plan, we'll monitor all of the spam comments that are going to come through. You haven't got to worry about that. It's part of the plan. So I would also suggest that. But, there's no harm in you just starting off with a free plan and just seeing how you get on until they pick up on it. Yeah, one thing to highlight is that, once you've got your API key, you can use the same API key across multiple websites. So it's not like one API key per website. So you can either get one API key, use it on multiple websites, or if you're going to be doing it so that you want your clients to have their own API key, then you can just send them the link, get them to sign up, get them to give you the API key, and then you can manage it and put it in on their website. So that's completely up to you. Now, it's worth highlighting that, Akismet is not the only spam protection plugin that's available on the WordPress repository. There are other ones out there, but to keep things simple, I just recommend that we use Akismet because, I've not had any issues using it over the last 10, 15 years. And I think it's a great tool, and it's, I'd say it's pretty much 100% accurate in what it filters and what it, allows you to post on your website. Now, one other thing that's worth highlighting is that if you've got a contact form, so let's say, for example, we're gonna, say now you're using contact form 7, which is probably one of the most popular contact form plugins on the repository. So once you've got that, let's say you've got that installed, and this will apply to most of the contact forms. Once you've got that installed, you'll see that under the contact integrations, that Akismet, because we've got it enabled already, it's automatically going to start filtering spam entries. So if someone tries to send spam through your contact form, which will happen. It's inevitable because bots will scan your website, see that there's a contact form, and try and send you fake inquiries through it. Akismet will automatically just log in and start protecting that contact form, okay? So that's one thing that's important to be aware of. So that's it. So that's Akismet. Look, it's really simple, it's reliable, and for me, it's a must-have to have on every single WordPress website that you build for yourself or you're managing for clients, because it just, it manages all the spam, it manages all the comments, the blogs, the contact forms, and even like WooCommerce products as well. So yeah, if you want to learn more things like this, then make sure you subscribe. Make sure you, if you found this video useful, drop it a like, and yeah, we'll see you on the next video.